All right. We back. So listen, man, I appreciate y'all for being patient with us as we work through some of these technical challenges and whatnot. Man, I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm sitting here with one of the Palm Bluff legends, Big Yogi, Terry Williams from the Bluff, legendary brother from Palm Bluff, and we were talking about his upbringing and some of his challenges while coming up as a young man in Palm Bluff, and some of the things that he's had to experience, and some of the things that he cost other people. But I want to know, kind of dive right back into it. Let's talk about your time where you were locked up, when you first started going in the prison system and stuff like that. Now I know you did some time in juvenile, but let's kind of jump straight to the prison part.
Big boy, to the real deal.
Right, because apparently the juvenile stuff, they was just slapping you on the wrist, right?
I wasn't scared no more.
You weren't scared?
I wasn't scared of jail.
Man, and how did you get to that point where you wasn't scared of jail?
First time I went.
And what was it that wasn't scary? Was it because
the first time I went to jail, they said they took me to West Helena, juvenile center.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it there late at night, like 4 days in the morning, like about 2 o'clock in the morning. So everybody was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So when they brought us out, they brought breakfast out about 5:30. And we come out our cells. I seen, I could run this. You know what I mean? I was bigger than the majority of the people in there. So I just started. It just took the going to jail that first time. It erased me being scared of jail.
So after you had experienced it the first time, you was like, "Oh man, this ain't nothing."
But it ended up being something in the end, though.
So you are, how old are you now?
50.
You 50. Out of your 50 years, how many years were you incarcerated?
5, 7, 9. So it's 13 and what? 22, almost 23 years.
So you got almost more time living, just 2 years free. So you almost did 24 years and you 50. So half of your life has been spent locked up.
3/4 of it. 3/4 of it. Bunch of it. Well, yeah, you might well say.
Like if you're 50 and you've been locked up for 24 years.
First time I went, I did 5. I came home in 98 and went back in 98.
I remember that.
Went back in 98. Slap on the wrist, PV. I come home. Maybe I came home in 99, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Locked back up.
Well, you was with the guy with the yellow drop top.
No, I wasn't with them. They was just some of the homies.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I went back to the state, it was really because of one of them.
Mm.
I got into it with him.
And went left.
You know me.
And the bully came out.
And I was wrong. You know what I mean? I was, a lot of stuff that I have done, man. I'm admitting to it now. I was wrong.
When did you get to that point when you can say, I was wrong, when you can look at it and hold yourself accountable for it?
Yeah, when I walked away from the streets.
Mm.
I walked away from the streets, made the streets no more my life. I sit back and I look at it, I was, a lot of stuff I did, I was really wrong, but I was I was in my 20s, angry at the world. Every time when the prison came back home, I got worse. I was worse. So it was more like, you have to look at it. Like, where we come from, the older homeboy, they took them from us. That's how I know what's going on now here.
Mm-hmm.
So you looking at some 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds running around the project.
Money and no guidance.
And no guidance.
And no way to process.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have nobody to say, chill out. And if you did have somebody that had the balls to say it, you know how it go, man.
How do you, so you talk bad to him? If somebody did say something to correct you, you was on the ass.
Yeah, because I was in. I don't want to hear this. This is what because we left and we had a hood to hold up. And you got kids holding it up like they grown. You know what I mean? Because of the stuff that's going on.
And then y'all here, that's the only thing you got to be proud of is that hood.
Is that project. You know what I mean?
And if somebody disrespect that project, they got to pay.
You gonna pay.
Because that's what they gonna pay.
You know what I mean? Because how we grew up, we all grew up. We might well say we all grew up in one house out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If your mama needed some sugar, it wasn't nothing for my house could be knocked on the door, vice versa.
Yeah.
All the way down to the mustard and mayonnaise. You know what I mean?
That was a community out there, and it wasn't the best, but I can tell you that the people from the east side, from the projects, from St. John, love St. John.
We love it because that's what's on a lot of majority of our birth certificate. We was literally born out there.
What's the address?
1105 East 26.
Oh, baby, 1105.
3E. That's where it started.
I bet it's a lot of folks with that tattoo.
I don't have it.
The Brickyard, that's what they call it.
There's a lot of them, but I don't have it. I was born about 2 o'clock, July the 15th, 1975. My mama's 18th birthday was the 14th. I came home probably about the 16th or the 17th. That's where I went to.
Straight to the Brickyard.
Straight to the project. You know.
Wow.
And I'm not bragging about the project or none of that, but when you grow up in a project, it's different than growing up in these neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You might have moved on the block this year or that year, but you're talking about generations out here, a family. You know, your mama knew my mama when she was pregnant. My mama knew, then your uncle might have a baby by my auntie,
So it's really a community.
It was just one big old family.
Okay.
Every day you had to fell out with each other out there.
But it's still a big old family.
When you came out there, you was an outsider. You gonna respect something.
Mm-hmm.
You was gonna respect something, or
it was gonna happen.
How they say, consequences on you. Mm. You started, you can't.
You started. Go ahead, almost.
That's why I got shot at though.
The first time.
In the project.
In the project.
In the project. About 3-something in the morning.
What, at 15?
Drunk on that Thunderbird, just bad, man. Just bad.
So let's go back to this, Yogi. Your times in prison. You did about 24 years in prison.
Altogether.
What was your longest time in prison?
This last my federal bid.
Your federal bid? How long was that?
13.
And that took you all over. Where'd you serve the bulk of that at?
It took me to Indiana. Then I came to Memphis. I didn't want to move. I could have moved, but I didn't want to move when I got to Memphis. The closest thing to home. Mm-hmm. But I started off in Indiana, the USB. Mm-hmm.
United States Penitentiary.
And that's what it is too. That's what all them is. If it got the title, the 3-letter USB, United States Prison, that's what it is, because you're dealing with people from all over the world. So
there was a different ball game. Ain't no East Side.
Oh no.
Ain't no St. John. Y'all boys over there. You got to stand on your own too.
It was 2 of them. We stood on business too.
Who was
my homeboy? Shout out to my homeboy Bobo.
Bobo. Marquise.
Yes, sir.
Williams.
No, Low. That name Low.
Yeah, Bruce Low's cousin.
Yeah, he the oldest out of them. Yeah.
Is he still?
Yeah, he was there before me.
He's still there, ain't he?
No, he been out. He was there before me.
A little short? No, I'm talking about a different.
You talking about Pooh?
Yeah.
You talking about Pooh? No, he was there before me. To where he had to give me the ropes. Mm. Because it's a different ball game, because in Arkansas State Prison, everybody from Arkansas, so everybody kind of think alike, but there, it was real politics. Mm. You know what I mean? Even if you with the Christians, that's the one people sit at their table. Mm-hmm. You got a Christian cop. and they gonna put in some work just like it's the crib cop. You know what I mean? The Christians, because
they gotta protect them.
See the way it is out here now. That's how it is now. In them in the USPs, you with who you with, and you don't have a choice but to ride with them, even from they right or wrong. You know, because if you ride with this person, they start something, you can lose your life too in the midst of it. So you automatically fall in line with that person. You know, whatever you did, we'll deal with that in the hole of where we're going. And we, you know, but it's like that's what woke me up. But then I met some good people that seen the things of the streets that I had never seen.
So there's some of the things they seen in the streets that you had never seen that kind of woke you up and it kind of got you to see a different way. What did they? What value, if any, was in the penitentiary for you?
Like I said, at last bid, I got my HVAC license. I counseled. I growed up, man. You know what I mean? I literally, you know, I growed up to see this is the man I want to be right here, man, where I'm at today. You know what I mean? I don't take nothing back. My past, I wouldn't take a second of back, because you know why? I got 4 beautiful daughters and 1 son. If I take 1 second back, I might lose one of them. So, you know, whatever I went through back then, whatever I did to somebody back then, I'm apologizing right now to the world. I'm letting the world, you know, hear, you know what I mean? Because we was in the streets.
And ain't no reason.
You don't have nobody to where I just walked up to a person, just got out of work, and did something to them or got into it. No, I didn't get into it with people at the gas station, none of that. Everything I ever done, it was revolving around what we was doing out there.
Yogi, I want to ask a question, because we kind of hinted to this earlier. One of the biggest challenges in Pine Bluff back then, and somewhat to this day, is the East Side, West Side situation. There's rumor that you were kind of in the beginning of that.
I fired the first shot.
What?
I fired the first shot.
So tell me, what was it about?
Yeah, a bunch.
What just jumped this whole thing?
What jumped that off? Our younger homeboys.
Who?
They was kids.
Put a name on it.
Tug.
Oh, Tug. You know I love you, baby. Don't be mad at me.
No. It's not no bad thing. This is what happened. It was one of them nights that we didn't go to Teens and Dream with them. Because we usually don't go when they go. You know. So, but our age was there from the other side. And they jumped on them.
Who they jump on?
The little homies from the project.
So that would have been Tut, Mun, Cap.
No, Mun at that time, Mun was more in Better Drive.
Okay.
Mun was more in Better Drive. But
shout out Eric Austin, much love, baby. Rest in peace.
But he was born same address I got on Hills.
1105.
Building 3. I want to say mine is E. Hills is probably C, because they was right in front of each other.
Right.
But back to they jumped on them.
They jumped on
the little homies of the project. Put it like that.
Or you ain't gonna say I'll try to put all that.
It was basically, you know,
the young homies.
Yeah, the little homies of the project. And
who jumped on them?
Them.
The West Side.
Yeah, because nobody really just.
Now, was it the Loop?
No. At that time, you know, no disrespect to the Loop or none of that there.
No disrespect. Let me add this.
They wasn't there.
We don't mean no disrespect. Yeah. Hey, listen. Time out. Hold up. Wait a minute. If you mad about something that happened, well, I'm not going to say
30 years ago.
30 years ago. Listen.
31, 32 years ago.
Right. The reason why we want to have these conversations is so we can see the value in these conversations and try to help solve the problems of today.
Yeah.
That's why we're having these conversations now, so we can fix the problems of today. If we understand the problem and how these problems arise, then we can figure out how to fix the problem. So I want to make sure we add that part to it. You get what I'm saying, big dog?
Yeah, because boy, I'm saying what I'm saying. When it came down to the loot back then, you had like KP, Tone,
Mm-hmm.
JV. He was really the big dog down there, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Jerry Vaughn, he was the big dog from down there. You know.
For those that know.
You know, like I said, no disrespect, you know, because everybody got their time when they grow up and, you know.
But the loop just wasn't what
they were still like, they hadn't grown up yet. Because, you know, a lot of them are like, you know, a little younger than us. So they hadn't grown up yet. But like I said, you know, but they got their time now. You know what I mean? So that's why I said I'm not taking nothing from nobody.
They was outside for a minute. But it went to, it wasn't them that jumped on.
Put it like this here. Cliff, them big brother, Bulu, Dunley, them, you know, they was the West Side.
Okay. Cliff,
you know, Cliff, them, Westmoreland, them, they was the West Side. When you like, they was, you know, you had everybody that claimed and represented, just like us.
Mm-hmm.
You from the East Side, but you ain't from the project.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you know, it wasn't our beef with them wasn't the whole East Side, and it wasn't the whole our beef with with the whole West Side wasn't into it with us. It was just a one circle, but they was they was
the big dogs of the West Side.
They was them. You know what I mean?
So when you say they jumped on the little homies on the East Side. The little homies from the East Side came and got you, or you?
Yeah, no, somebody else stopped us at Shells and told us about it.
That they didn't jumped on.
They didn't jumped on, so we went to the hood. Well, nobody just beat up or none of that devil. It was just a couple of us just felt like.
Why y'all touching our little homie?
That was total disrespect. Then you know, everybody at that time, because everybody money almost about the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody, oh, I'm up here now. You know what I mean? Because wasn't nobody even 18 years old at this time.
Mm-hmm.
But we still had our little cars. We still had our little clothes. You know, we still had our club money. Mm-hmm. You know, we was grown. We was grown.
So
this was a lot better than a lot of these grown folk that was in the game.
Yo, can I put a time on this? So this was probably around 92, 91, 92?
I happened in 92.
Okay, this happened in 92.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just imagine here it is. I turned 17 in 92.
Okay.
So Tottenham, they
14, 15, right?
Years old.
Yep.
You know?
So Tottenham 14, 15. Because Tut graduated in 96.
Somewhere up in there. So
I'm saying Tut like my man Tut, man. You know it ain't never love, but just to
and they know
premise. You know what I'm saying, to put some time on it and to make it a more vivid understanding for those who know.
And it really, it was like we had to protect them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they wasn't in the streets and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. They weren't out here with us yet.
Not yet.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Eventually they came out. They came along, but we were smothering them. You know what I mean? We were smothering them. You know what I mean? They was going to school. Mm-hmm. They wasn't the project. They had to get caught up of what the project had to offer. What the project had to offer, not what life had to offer. What the project had to offer. They hadn't got caught up in there yet. You know what I mean? And so when they did that, then it probably was a bubble waiting to be busted anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody probably was looking for a reason because, like I said, you know how it is, you're the same age. Everybody running into the same women.
Mm-hmm.
We was kids, man.
So how old was Cliff?
We are the same age.
Okay.
We are the same age. We just talked about this last Monday, but we haven't been enemies like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Me and him, like I said, when I was in it when I went to the penitentiary. He had his little bad, he came.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even over there when they were. I ended up getting a year or two he had been in. I ended up getting shipped over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mindset was still East against West.
So let's dig a little deep. Let's go
But
back.
We still
So hold on.
entertain each other though.
Let me ask you this. You say you first. Tell me about that whole night. What was that night like? When after they jumped, y'all went back to the hood. What was next?
New Year's.
Mm.
Just luckily, man, nobody got killed, man. Maybe that's why we able to sit down and talk to each other, whatever. You know what I mean?
That was a
Nobody,
bad.
cars got shot up, some houses got shot up, some near misses on everybody, They hit us, we hit them, it was back and forth. It was back and forward. But I want to say this. We got over that, man. We done got over that.
Thank God. Right.
It's just.
Let me ask you a question, and this one is a little sticky for me, simply because it was the house I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that situation what started that, or was this a whole nother incident on 24th?
That's a whole nother incident.
Okay, because again, it was east side and west side. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
but it had died down now though. It's over with. We're all in our 50s, late 40s, mid 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still good to be able to say what side of town you come from though. And it's no I ain't mad at you,
Right.
Like I said, me and my partner, we just sit down and talk to Big Cliff last week.
Shout out to Cliff Westmoreland. Yeah. He's doing amazing work around the city, man.
And he got a basketball tournament on the 24th too.
So shout out to Cliff Westmoreland for the things that you're doing for this community, man. Yeah. None of this should be a negative representation on the work that he's doing, but only to shine a light on where a person starts. Doesn't mean that's where they have to end. Same concept with yoga.
Yeah, but but it was like, it's just something me and him had going on, man.
So you got two big dogs.
Yeah, it was like
two big dogs, the big yogi brand.
It was just like something, you know what? Even back then, man.
Emil, have you never?
Because they called me one time. He made me forget about it. They called me one time because I was bold, man. I just, I had my pistol and, it is what it is.
They caught you?
Yeah, they called me Schlittner. I had my kids and my old lady in the car. And guess where I was at? Rallies on Blake Street. I seen when they pulled up. And the only thing I really can say is, I told a little girl to get down. You know what I mean? My daughter, one of her son was in the front seat with us, and my daughter was in her arms. So I told her, just y'all get down. You know what I mean? And I was about to get out the car and run toward them, shooting. She was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. You know what I mean? She was like, I'll be glad when y'all get this stuff behind y'all. You know what I mean? But it was like, we was trying to win everybody was trying to win the Super Bowl, man. We can't let our side of town down. You know what I mean? It was a whole bunch of them, but it wasn't a whole bunch of us. Like a lot of stuff, everybody think that the whole project would come out. It wasn't like that because a lot of them went with that old goofy stuff, man. Like we
crash outs.
Because they didn't do the stuff we did. We went to the club every weekend. You know what I mean? Wherever some jumping, we there. They didn't do that. So, you know what I mean? A lot of them really like, you know what I mean? It's ignorant. But like I said, man, when you just like now, when you got kids and they will I hate to say this, but they will kill something. It's a problem, man.
That leads me into this, Yogi, man, because, the reason why I was excited about having this conversation with you is because I feel like in order to fix where you're going, you got to know where you came from. And history repeats itself. But talking to you, Yogi, there's a lot of value in your experiences and how it applies to these young men today. From grief, from lack, from absent parents, things of that nature. And some of that translates into the challenges of today, right? Looking back and going through some of your experiences, what's wrong today?
Man, I'm going to say this. When I started living from my heart, my life and the world just got way, 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 way better.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was thinking from my mind, it kept me angry. It just kept me ignorant, man. I'm just gonna say it. It kept me ignorant because you always think it's something against you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's going on now. To where we got a lot of climbing to do, man. To try to straighten this up, man, we got a lot of climbing to do.
So let's dive a little into this. When you say you were living for your mind, are you thinking about the things that you didn't have? Like, you didn't have the hottest clothes until you started hustling. You didn't have, like you were saying about the Pro Wings and other kids having Nikes. Did some of this stuff add to that? Do you think that's the case with some of these kids today?
No.
Let me ask you this then.
No.
Okay. And
You want me to tell you what it is?
Tell me.
And there's no disrespect to the mamas, man. These boys and these mamas, man. And I go through it. I got two at home, man.
But hold on now. You kind of said something similar to that when you were coming up.
I know a lot of people, like I talk to some people, especially the ones I talk to all the time, like my house.
Mm-hmm.
They get tired of it. You know what I mean? They feel like I know everything. But I know what I see. You know what I mean? I know what I see.
I often say a woman can love the man out of you.
How it never was there. If she had to be the one to put it in there, it was never there. You see what I'm saying? But guess what mama do though? Before daddy do. Even if daddy there, mama the one make that child violent first. She the one make him go fight first. Just like my son could come home and say somebody that he done got in a fight, you know the first thing on my mind? I wonder did he win?
What mama's first thing on?
Shit, she got him by the arm, ready to go out that door trying to find out who he got in the fight with. She ain't trying to look and see did he win, did he lose. She on the front line.
And instead, she just need to stay out their business.
I hate to tell our business.
So let me ask you a question before you go that far. Do women with these little boys, because that's what a lot of it is, and I'm going to say this first. No one is saying that it's the woman's fault.
Yeah, no.
We are saying it because the woman didn't make that baby by herself. So this is a key line. If you made a baby, be in your child's life. Because if not, she got to do it by herself. And you know how that's going to go.
Who you think he loved first?
His mama.
I got my son, Lil Yo, at home right now. Me and his mama can bump heads about something. You know whose side he on?
Mama.
And be ready to go to war. Like when he get us something, you know who be ready to go to war with him?
Mama.
His mama. Because guess who told him first? Somebody hit you, you better hit him back.
Mama.
I ain't do that. I don't tell them that. I tell them to figure it out.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because
Be a thinking man.
that part, that's who win.
A thinking man.
That's the only man. If let me show you something. When I was growing up, you had hustlers that I watched. So that made me want to be a hustler. Now, protecting the territory came along on down the way. So now they don't want to be no hustlers. They want to be known for killing.
Mm.
But do they understand? They're like, you can go out here and kill 1,000 people. Who gonna hug? Which one gonna hug their child and tell them to come in? We finna figure this out.
Mm.
Mama, you know what daddy gonna tell them? Yeah, excuse my friends, you get your dumb ass on away from me. I'm not going to jail with you.
Mm.
Mama gonna go to jail with him. And folk not gonna, he ain't been here.
Now
No,
she's an accomplice.
yeah, but she don't care. She don't care. Because women feel like they could raise a man. And there's no disrespect, but if you single, well, if you a solo parent, you a solo mom, you ain't getting the man's situation with yourself right yet.
Mm.
He ain't came along yet, so how do you know how to raise him? Because you trying to raise him to be the man that you want.
Mm.
You know?
And
what
not
a
the
woman
man
want?
that she...
What a woman want? She want a tough man. She want a man when he walk around, he get respect from everybody. You know?
Mm-hmm. A man that's got some money and provide.
They don't really care about that.
They don't care
They
about...
just want a baby to make it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got your few out there that don't want a man unless he got some money, but we talking about women, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talking about women. If a woman want a man because he got some money, we already know where it's going. I've been through them kind. And, you know, I see where they at now. Mm-hmm. Since we done got old, I see where they at now. Kind that wanted money, I see where they at now.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question then, yo, because I want to make sure we tap dance on this a little. The women that are raising some of these young boys,
they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice.
So they doing the best they know how, but you gotta let, not even just, it don't have to be a man that you dealing with like that. These days and time, like with Spike them, shout out to Spike them, the Eagles, you know, and Brian Scarver Jr. and you know, the gentleman that's being Mr. Caldwell, that's being Coach Perkins, that's being Coach Dickerson, you know what I mean? You know, you got Coach Jones, Coach Larry Jones for the West Side Tigers. We still got them, but all I'm gonna say is, man, the program I'm putting together, all this here, man, it's just time for our generation to play our part the way the men that tried to save us played theirs.
So what you're saying is basically the men need to step up.
We got to step up, man.
That's a great transition.
We got we got to step up, because if we don't step up, man.
Let me do this, Yogi. Let me do this for you, and because I want to put some shoes on that portion of it, and then we'll transition into the next point. So basically, what you're saying is, women are left to fend and develop and grow these young boys that they can't do it by themselves. And they trying to figure out how to do something that they can't, that they ain't even positioned to do. Am I right or wrong? One of the points that we made earlier, and I want you to dive into this, is one of the most traumatic experiences that you had in your last time being locked up. That I feel like if we tell these young boys what that made you feel like, when your mother passed away, what was your experience like? Were you locked up at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that experience, knowing that what you went through for that.
First of all, I miss that woman, boy. Because
Yes,
the way,
Lord.
especially the way I am now,
Mm-hmm.
how I'm working on myself, I would love for her to see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I couldn't come to her funeral, man, you know how it ain't even hurt. I ain't gonna say it hurt me. She don't know I wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
but that's something my mama looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's you know, she had two things with me and my little brother. No nursing home. And shit away Bruce, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't there, man.
Why you weren't there? My question. So why were you not there?
Because where I had put myself at.
You were locked up at the time.
Yeah, I was right there. I was just right there in Memphis. But my custody level you can't. That ain't gonna happen. The custody level I was, you know what I mean. It ain't gonna happen.
Because of your experiences and things.
No, it's just the custody level. Where they had me, my custody level. You know, because the feds, it goes by high to low. It go to USP, medium high, a low, and a camp.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have been at a low at a camp, I might have could have went.
Mm-hmm.
But medium on up, you're not going nowhere. But man, do you know how it's like I failed her?
Mm.
So if I failed her, one thing I said that I know if she would love, I'd never go back to prison. I've been home 7 years already.
Amen. How was it not being able to go to her funeral?
For one, man, it was embarrassing. For all your people, everybody here. You know, they know the reason.
Mm-hmm.
They know the reason, but that's something you don't miss, man.
Mm.
So I made it my duty now, man. It is hard for me to go to them now. Mm-hmm. Since I've been home with some people in the past. You know, some I would come out to, some I might try to pop up to the burial site because it was two I missed. I had no business missing, but I just seen, man, them laying there, man. I might have saw my mama, man.
Mm.
I don't know where it'll take me, you know what I mean?
So you're afraid of how it would have made. Do you think that part of it would make some of these young men think about, what they got going on?
I pray it do.
Not being able to see their mom.
That's all you got, man. But, I was talking to some the other day, man, and he was talking about how his partner got a life sentence. So I asked him, I said, man, how long you think he gonna be alive? He said, he's 19 now. Mm. He said, he probably be alive till he about 70 years old. I said, 50 years. So that means everybody gonna be gone. He gonna still be alive on this earth. He has spent his entire life
behind them ball
in prison. But it didn't happen. It's going on right now. I got a partner, man. He messed up in 1992, man. He been locked up since 1992, man. Shout out to Butterball, man. Good dude, man. He was 19 years old. And he did something, and now he's 51.
He ain't never coming home.
No, I ain't gonna put that on. Because I don't know what God gonna do on him. Mm. So I ain't gonna never, because I wouldn't want nobody to be, like, if I got caught up like that, and been stuck out,
Yeah.
God, I know God helped me, man. I know it, you know what I mean, through that. Now, he made me lame. But I done seen it, man. When I got 46 years for a gun. And then do 12 hours on it. And 5 months later, he overturned it. Mm. He overturned it. That's all the time I did on it. But I didn't take heed to it though. So, all right, you want to be hard-headed. I'm going to spank you. I just feel like this time I'll be 51 this year. Ain't no more jail. That's embarrassing, man. Me going to jail would be embarrassing, man. I got a daughter of police.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I got 3 more older daughters. You know what I mean?
She the police for the Palm Bluff?
Little Rock.
Okay.
And here it is. Like my 2 older daughters, well, my 2 baby girls too, they know. You know what I mean? Because one of them wasn't even in kindergarten, man. I came home, man. She was graduating high school.
My God.
The year I came home, she graduated high school.
So, man, yo, the thing that I love about conversations like this is about the resilience, how you are able to get over, as they would say in the church. How I got over. I love that, and it's all because God has a story for us all, and we don't know what that story might be. We don't know when it's a good part. We don't know when it's a bad part. But what we can do is stay connected to God to persevere. And as long as you connected to God and you doing right by God, by your family and everything, you're going to do right. One of the beautiful things that I love about your story now is how you're taking some of your challenges, your past, and trying to do something positive. You got a huge event coming up. This is your first one. Men, this is our moment. On January 24th, 2026, Father and Son Day at the Living Word Baptist Church. And you're saying that all men.
All men. You don't have to have no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Come in the building, man. Just come in the building, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just see what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Just come. You don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't show up, I'm not mad at you. If only one person show up in there, man, I appreciate them. You know what I mean? Trying to see where I'm at. The only thing I can say is, I got 2 little boys, man, and I'm knowing 10 years from now, Lil Yo will be 15 years old, almost 16 years old, 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't get in here and try to change some of this narrative, man, you think they ought to change now.
It's going to get worse.
Worse. We scared to go in the stove now.
So this event, what's the goal of this event?
Trying to get the men of this city, man. Let's bow down, man. Let's bow down and how it was in drum beat. One sound.
One band, one sound.
That part. You know what I mean?
So the goal is to get men on one accord.
One accord. Because when we get on one accord, we get our city back. Because now guess what? It ain't just me. It's me and Big Nate. It's me and Spike. It's me and the people that's over the football, the Little League football, the people that's over the basketball, the people that's over the baseball. You know what I mean? Mr. Alvin and them over the boxing. It's one. Now we doing something.
Together.
Now we doing something. But you got your show over here on the road. You got your show over here. You got your show over here. It's staying split. You get them for basketball, I get them for football. But if we bring it as we can bring this city as one, you know, because we had people when we growing up, they seen you down bad, they had no problem telling Mr. Baker. Or seeing Mr. Baker.
Yeah.
I seen that out there, he wasn't right. You know what I mean? Because they call it snitching. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell the world this here. I got 2 little ones at home, man. Tegan and Lil Ted. If you see them out there bad when they get older, man, even now, man, you see them out there, they doing something they ain't got no business, man, please get on mine, man. I promise you, I won't be mad at you. Please get on mine, man, because I'd rather for you to call me and tell me, boy, I just had to get your boy, instead of you calling me saying, man, your son just got shot down in the middle of the road, man, on such and such street. You know what I mean? Because that's how I feel about Jordan. Because one thing about what I'm trying to do now, it's going to take some courage. It's going to take some courage. And I think if I ran around these streets all these years, man, I think that what I'm trying to do now, man, I think I'm up for the task. Like I say, because it ain't me, it's God, man. And when I say when I feel like it's God, ain't no cons in it. Everything pros. Ain't no cons in it. If you saying it's from the Most High, ain't no cons, ain't no losses because it's coming from Him. You see what I'm saying? So that's just I ain't just really big on religion, but I know now, man. I just know now. You know what I mean? Because they said you save one, you save a million. But I'm trying to get the whole million, man. I'm trying to save the whole million, man. Because I know these young men. Some of them just this is just what they want to do. They want to just build. This is what they want to do. But a lot of them, they don't want this, man. It was like us. You had a few out there that was shoot 'em up, bang, bang, but the majority, they weren't with none of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They weren't with it, but guess what my job was to do, though? Still had to take up for them. You see what I'm saying? I made the enemies. They didn't. You get where I'm coming from? But I ain't, like I said, man, it's a lot of stuff I wish I wouldn't have did. But I'm sorry, I can't take it back, man. Because if I take 1 second of my life back, man, it changed the narrative of one of my kids.
The reality of it is, Yogi, is that if you didn't do those things, you wouldn't have got to where you are, like you said. And then that's why it's value in that, the fact that you're now where you are now, that awakening. And what we need to do is take that awakening and do things like we're doing with this event, like you're doing for Me and This Is Our Moment, 2026. It's going to be at the Living Word Baptist Church, January 24th, 2026, from 2 to 5 p.m. I want to give you a few minutes, Yogi, to give your shout outs to, your girl, anyone, friends, homeboys, people that's making this happen. Anything. I'm gonna shut up for a few minutes and let you do your thing.
I'm gonna explain everything about growth. Then I give everybody a shout out.
Okay.
I came up with the concept.
Hold on. Let me say it. Grow is his new nonprofit organization that he's developed, and this is going to be from a grassroots organization that's going to help these women, these young boys, this community be better.
Us. That's why I named it Grow. Gaining respect, opportunity, and wisdom. You got to gain, when you're dealing with people, man, you got to gain their respect first. They don't have to gain yours because you coming to them about some things. So I got to gain their respect in order for them to talk to me, to deal with me, and just for us to even just have anything going on together, you know what I mean? And like with opportunity, I just want them to give me the opportunity to spread the wisdom that I got. You know what I mean? Like with this here, I'm trying to put together, Father and Son is not the last day. That's just the day we knocking on the door. That's the day the door open up. The work is when I walk through that door. That's where the work come in at. But I'm trying to have it where my program we get to have job fairs around here. I'm going to talk to some of the corporate people, in different places. I'm trying to cut out some of the middlemen. Like you going, I'm not disrespecting nobody. If I say something you don't like, I apologize right now. Just like Manpower. They do a great job. They find us plenty of work, but you make them climb too far up. They had to climb, they had to go 6, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 7 months before they get hired on. To where the real insurance, medical insurance kick in, to where the real benefits of the job kick in. Well, I'm trying to have it where if they gonna pay $20 an hour, that's why I want you to try to get paid the first day. You know what I mean? Start now. I don't want you to have to get started out $16.50, $13.50. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, just give me some time. I'm what I'm needing now. I'm getting the resources. I'm talking to the people. You know what I mean? You know, it's like they might, you know, the fear of me, them of me, and me the fear I fear. You know, because dealing with people, you know, some people that's corporate. I'm not used to that, man. I'm a blue collar worker, man. You see what I'm saying?
And that's the beautiful thing about it is that what you're doing now is building relationships, building bridges to go in these rooms, not by yourself, but with others.
Because I got you, because you're a part of it. You
Hey,
know
man,
what I mean?
like I've been told you.
He a part of growth. You know, Omar Allen Sr., you know what I mean? He a part of growth. You know what I mean? My sister Carissa, he a Ocho, she a part of growth. You know what I mean? And I got some volunteers that's ready. They ready. When I say they ready, they are ready. I'm not just going to bring their name up today, you know what I mean? But they here. They here. Trust me. And when we walk in Living Word Baptist Church, January the 24th, 2 to 5, it's gonna be, you're gonna come in with a looking spirit, but when you leave out of there, we're gonna be on point. We're gonna be on point. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be a debate. It's not gonna be, you know, it's my opinion about this here. There is what I want the men of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, because I'm gonna have some more people coming in from out of town too, though. They on their way. Just look where we at. And look what we all trying to get to, man. And don't want to know, because, you know, I don't want to hear about my homeboy son laying over there by town and fall dead or whatever. So I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna do my work, man. Just help me. That's all I'm having. Just get past what you know of me. And I've been home 7 years. I think if I was gonna crash, I'd have been disappeared from y'all.
And you know, like I've been saying throughout the show, throughout this conversation, the value is the experience. You know, this is a credential. He has credentials. You want to know, does this person have experience to talk about what they're talking about? Yes. So the people who can help fix the problem, at one point, no offense, what's the problem?
Yeah.
How can you expect somebody who ain't never had to deal with this to fix it? This man has real world experience, lived experience, that he adds value. He says, hey, I've made these mistakes. I've made a count. Now let's fix it. And so I'm excited about Grow. I'm excited about the event on January 24th, 2 to 5. Men, come be held account. Come help us do the work.
Bring them sons too.
Bring your sons. Yeah.
Bring them.
Old or old.
Listen, your old man could be 90 years old and you 72. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
We got time.
Let's go.
Big Yogi.
Everybody, the favorite word for everybody, take a village.
And take a what?
No, I take Pine Bluff.
Ooh,
We
baby.
no village, we the bluff.
We the bluff, baby.
We the bluff.
Hey, man, I sure appreciate this conversation, man. Hey, be on the lookout for more work for Grow, man. My mind running. Y'all know my mind I'm excited about it. Wait, baby. Listen, man. Big Yogi, man. Shout out to the lab. Drill, my sister, man. Shout out to my boy.
Hey, and make sure y'all vote for Big Nate, man.
Hey, man. 4th and 4, baby. You
I
know
got another one, man. Y'all go vote for my sheriff, man. Y'all know who he is. Mr. Lafayette Woods Jr. I'm out of here.
I thought you was Hey,
oh, come on,
hey,
man.
you already know it, man.
Get out of here, man. I'm just gonna stay real, man. I'm gonna stay real, man.
Hey, shout out to my boy, my big homie, Yogi, man. Excellent show, man. Yogi, man, I appreciate you. Oh, wait, 4th and 4, baby. Hey, I got another guest coming up next week. I'll be able, G, we're gonna announce it later on in the week. Hey,
so thank y'all.
Hey, man, the progress report. Listen, if you want to have a serious conversation about Pine Bluff, about Arkansas, about wherever, come sit down and talk with us, baby, at the lab, baby. Ooh, wait, baby. It ain't stopped.